Hi, my name is Sahil Koja, and this is my first reflection on my internship at the University of North Texas. This internship is within the sustainability department at the University of North Texas, and I just completed my first week as of last Thursday. Um, so, a quick description about what I do or what I am doing for the sustainability department is there's three areas that I'm working on. One is the transportation survey, one is the 5 for 5, and the other is a social sustainability initiative. The transportation survey is a survey taken by the sustainability department, completed by about 2,000 students, listing their commute, how many miles they commute, how they commute, their attitudes and awarenesses about the environment, comments about how to become more sustainable on campus, and a variety of other questions. All of these responses are organized in a huge spreadsheet. It's basically a lot of data, and I'm currently helping with the formula to calculate the carbon output of all these responses, as well as using these responses to develop the third area I'm working on, which is a social sustainability initiative. So that's kind of the transportation service area. The second part I'm working on is the 5 for 5, and this is to do with 5 buildings on campus: Crumley Hall, or the Crumley Residence, Business Leadership Building, Sage Hall, Environmental Sciences Building, and the Chemistry Building. And sorry, not the Chemistry Building, the Willis Library. And what they're trying to do with these 5 buildings is go into these 5 buildings and work together with the facilities and management, along with the sustainability department, to make all these 5 buildings more sustainable and add more initiatives in these buildings, because these are the 5 most commonly used buildings on campus. So this past week, my brother and I went into every building and counted every single light fixture, how many were off, the bathroom situation, how many hand dryers, paper towels, light fixtures in the bathrooms, type of toilets, urinals, sinks, paper towel stands, hand dryers, what type are they. Along with that, we kind of had to go to the water fountains and find out if is it filtered water, is it tap water. In the fourth area we had to look at was vending machines to see if the lights were off and what kind of lighting fixture, lighting type it uses. And this is extremely tedious because the amount of lights in every single building, and these are just new things that I've realized myself whenever I go into any building now, or any area or any public places, how much lighting is there that doesn't really need to be there. For example, when we were in the Business Leadership Building, it was one hallway, there were a strip of backlights, front normal lights, and then tube lights on the side for a hallway that no one used. So just areas like that you can improve on. And this made me realize there's probably a lot of different areas, different universities that use way too much light than they actually need to, because of the amount of daylight that's outside that you can receive from the windows. The third area I'm working on is a social sustainability initiative. So I'm currently writing a proposal to propose new initiatives within these 5 buildings to make the attitudes and awarenesses of people or students on campus towards sustainability higher, and they realize, they make their decisions and they lead them towards more sustainable decision. But we can't get them to do that unless we kickstart them or give them the activation energy to do it. So so far I've created a proposal. It's called +1 for the world. Under that, there's a campaign. So we're trying to campaign in the bathroom because of the amount of potential savings in there, because of there's hand dryers, there's paper towels, there's water wastage, there's sinks, there's lights. So you can hit energy, you can hit lights, you can hit water, and you can hit paper, all in one room. And so what we're trying to do is create the sustainable bathroom experience. So kind of the first experience, you walk in, you go and do your business. So we're going to assume that this person is a man. And so you go to the urinal, and as you are doing your business, you stare at the wall. So now, instead of staring at the wall, there'll be a comic having to do with the environment in just a humorous way. But it sticks in their head. Because if you say, "Did you know that we kill 3,500 trees every year because we use paper towels in bathrooms?" 2 minutes later, they're not going to remember how many trees died because we use paper towels in bathrooms. These statistics don't stick, and we want something that sticks, because if it sticks, then they'll make their decisions leaning towards the more sustainable decision. So we're trying to just create like a comic or some type of cartoon having to do with the environment. Once they're done with their business, they have to go and wash up, so they use the sink. Now after that, here's where we want to really get the point of attack, because not all bathrooms can have multiple hand dryers because of the amount of, like, there's a lot of electricity that goes on behind it, and if the wires aren't in place, you can't do it. And other people think that hand dryers aren't hygienic enough. So let's say this person is not a big on the environment and goes to the paper towel stand. Paper towel stand, there'd be a sticker or a decal that says, thank you for contributing to landfills, or just a decal that says landfill, or something a bit caustic, but caustic enough to get them to realize, oh shoot, I'm doing something wrong here. Now if they are more environmentally friendly, they'll go to the hand dryer, and the hand dryer will have a decal saying, thank you for, or don't your hands feel cool for helping the environment, something along those lines, something humorous, something playful. Other than that, now if this person doesn't want to, if you backtrack and I'll say he enters the restroom and doesn't want to use the urinal, instead wants to use the toilet, he goes to the toilet, and when you're sitting on the toilet, you look straight at the stall. So the stall would have the same type of decal or cartoon or comic that these people can stare at. Now here's the next part, is whenever you exit the restroom, here's where it gets kind of tricky, because we're going to try different initiatives in all 5 buildings. So one building might have if you enjoyed your sustainable bathroom experience, give +1 for the world, and there'd be a little tally counter which you can push, and it'll count 1. And at the end of the day, we'd count how many people pushed it and try to analyze if it's getting bigger, smaller, or staying stagnant. The issue with that is people can screw around with their ticker and just go like 50 times, then get out of the restroom, and that would give us inaccurate data. Maybe in another place we'd have a comment box, a suggestion. Maybe another place we would have a text number, like text us if you enjoyed it, what your comments are, suggestions. So we have to play around with that, and that's an area that we sort of still working on. In addition to these three projects I'm working on, I've learned to work collaboratively with others, and these people have the people in the sustainability department are mainly graduate and PhD students who I've never met before. So it's really interesting to just see PhD and graduate students, because I don't interact with them on a daily basis, but now I do, and they're really interesting to work with because of the areas they study, and many of them don't even study in sustainable development, because my supervisor is doing a PhD in political theory. The internship coordinator is doing his PhD in emergency services. So it's really cool to see these people who have no education, or not in education, but they're not majoring in any sustainable or environmental area, but they still enjoy it and want to create this environment for people on campus. And there's other skills I learned were mainly technological, so how to use InDesign, how to map out layouts, how to use blueprints and floor plans, because for the 5 for 5. And there's using PDF writers and things like that. But I will keep you posted and have a new reflection next week. Thank you.